called to order at 12:06 p.m. And we need approval of the agenda.
We need to do
Oh,
roll
roll call, roll
call
call.
first.
And why do we have to do roll call if we're in person? I thought that was a Zoom thing.
Nope, that's it. The Zoom thing was like stating the city and county.
And the county, right.
Nope, but we always
Always have to do roll.
always gotta do roll.
Always gotta do
Gotta
roll
make sure
call.
there's no interlopers. Pam Schermeyer,
Here.
Sue Montenegro,
Here.
Dan Sugg,
Here.
Bobby Lovins,
Here.
Charlotte Jones,
Here.
let's see, Kelly Garrett is a nay. Brian Ford is a nay. And then Fred Prime, we know is coming, but we'll,
Motion to excuse member
Kelly Garrett.
Kelly Garrett and Brian Ford
Okay,
as
second.
an excused.
Okay, Bobby is nodding her head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 all right, excellent.
All right.
Now for the approval of the agenda, please.
Okay, who's read the agenda?
Motion to approve?
Okay.
I'll second it.
Second by Bobby. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, which brings us to approval of the minutes.
I have reviewed the minutes and make a motion to approve and accept the minutes
Very good.
from the May 19th meeting.
Okay, can I get a second?
Second.
All right. And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving ahead, we're at the financial review portion of our program.
Okay, take it away, Pammy. All right, got some good news. Your taxes for your TIFA capture taxes came in at 400,000 this year. 400,196.
And what page do we see that on here so we can track?
It is page 4
Right
of the
there.
packet on
Okay,
the
see how
revenue
good this is,
expenditure
you guys?
report.
This is great.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
And then your other taxes, which you have the mill of 1.88 something, that came in at 37,187.29. I
Our
have
mills, by the way, are 1.8823.
okay.
And why?
I
do you
said
like that?
1.88 something.
Oh, just correcting.
Yeah, I'm just putting it on the official record.
That's fine. You would know that better than me. I just want to let everybody this to everybody's attention that there's been an interest, the investment interest increase from last year of May of 2022 to May of 2023. It has increased by 29,900.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So that has been a great that the interest is going back up, people.
Well,
So
it-
I'm really happy about
Where is
that.
that on here? That's on here too.
Yep. It is, well, it won't have the difference, but your interest is 30.
Well, we budgeted 10,000, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there'll be budget
Yeah.
amendments done for those.
Yeah.
It's just out of curiosity, we invest in what? CDs or money market funds or treasuries or?
Do we deal with the county?
Yes,
Did they
CD.
change their strategy? to
Yeah,
bonds?
theirs isn't good. Their rates aren't good right
Yeah.
now. Where I'm finding the best rates right now is Michigan Class, because that's where we have some money, and theirs have been really good. But some of it's in a savings account, some's in CDs, some's in, things like that. But, with the CDs, you gotta get them at, you don't want to go too long out on them because you want to be able to, reinvest them if the interest rate goes up.
Sure,
So you want
sure.
to make sure. But, that's how most of it is right now.
Okay.
And then I did look over the employee tax and benefits. Most of it is correct on there of what the taxes and benefits are. The only thing I did notice that I have to do a few adjustments, which I would have been caught when I would go to do the auditing, is that there were some checks that were voided, but they haven't come through on the due from. So I have to look at the due from and get those posted into the DDA, and that should bring that amount down some. So, but those it's very close to being what it is. So I just want to bring that to your attention that I did.
That's
look at
next
that.
month though, that we'd see that.
You will have that next month.
Yeah.
That'll be at the
Well, it will be at the January meeting. Actually, it will be all
our
corrected.
June. Yeah,
Or your
we're
June.
gonna at our special meeting.
Yeah, on the 29th.
We're gonna do the budget amendments and the fiscal
Makes
year.
sense, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and
Totally,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have those done so that Susie has all the right numbers when she
Right,
does her
right,
budget.
for sure, yep.
And then, you guys the state has come up with something, because if you are under $80,000 in personal property, you don't have to pay personal property taxes. So the state has been reimbursing us, the city and the DDA, for those costs. And you, this year you received $22,364 for that, personal property from the state. So that's what they reimbursed on it. They do a formula with it. The county helps us with that formula, and that's what we received. A little kind of an FYI for everybody here. Michigan First has asked for a tax appeal.
Okay.
And their tax appeal is looking at cutting their taxable value at half of what it is right now.
And what would that
Because-
translate into in terms of dollars? A substantial amount.
It's
So-
a-
Clearly
it's a
above
big-
my pay grade. So
Yeah,
It's a big drop,
Yeah.
but it's not quite half, but
They were over 12 million and they've asked to be dropped down to 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
personal property was almost 300,000 and they've asked to drop that down to 100,000.
So, yeah, they are looking at that. So I'm just bringing it to your attention, because if the appeals go through, it could hurt some of the DDA.
Yeah,
and
for
some of
sure.
the funding you're
What's the appeal process and journey?
Well, they
that
only
that's
have to
gonna
go through state tax commission, the state tax commission, because they don't have to come here for our
Okay.
board. No business has to come to the city for the board of review. They can go right to the state tax commission, and that's what they filed
Mhm.
for already, so.
Oh.
And I got the paperwork on my
Oh.
desk just this week, so.
Oh,
How long has that been working through? I mean, have they paid taxes yet on that amount, or is this the new?
Well, no, because the new amount they just got would been the amount that's going on this summer's taxes. But if they get the tax appeal, I'll have to adjust that tax bill.
Right, but we wouldn't hold them for, for something they paid that they're.
Yeah, only if they ask to go back.
Which they
Yeah.
didn't, that wasn't part of the process, it was just going
Going
forward.
forward.
Going forward, yep, because some places will ask for 2
Yeah.
years back or
Right.
something
Ooh.
like that, and we will, and sometimes we do have to,
Right.
ouch,
yeah.
on that scale. Right, so 7 would be the new number, 7 something,
7.5,
yeah.
that's what they're
If-
asking for. That
Right.
doesn't necessarily mean
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what
they,
the-
that's not necessarily, one, it's not a given that
It's
the
not
state will give
arbitrary,
them,
it's,
right?
they go to a panel now.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
panel, I would
so-
imagine, yeah.
And just to, I mean.
Any homeowner can do that too.
And there'll be
Right.
assessors and things like that.
Yeah.
Homeowners have to go through the board of
Yeah.
review first, and if they're
Yeah.
denied at the board of review, then they can go to the state tax commission, but, businesses can go straight to the state tax
Mhm.
commission for it. So I just wanted to bring it to your
Yeah.
attention, just to let you know.
Okay.
And then
Well, the
overall.
good news is you're 125 grand over budget right now, so,
Right.
in revenue. so-
Softens, yeah.
And we
Softens
are
the-
gonna have, you know, with the new Panera,
Mhm.
I mean, that's all new construction,
Yeah.
so that'll be a nice big bump.
Coming in, yep.
We should get, I think, discount tires already been factored in,
Yeah.
but we'll get an increase
From
from
the gas station.
the gas station,
Right.
and projects are starting to pick up. These guys next door, I mean, so
Mhm.
hopefully,
That, you know,
it'll
help
be
too,
offset a little
yeah.
bit, so, but that will remain to be seen.
All right, any other comments on the financials? Pardon me.
We
Then,
just need a motion to receive and file on that one.
okay,
I'll make a motion, Pam, to receive and
okay,
file.
thank
I'll
you.
second.
Dan seconds. And we're on
Love
to
this. This is so
committee
helpful.
reports.
Great. Great, you wanna give us a quick rundown of where we're at on things? The things.
So the committees have pretty much been supportive for the upcoming events as far as helping me with designs and how much we should spend on certain things. So, EV has been helpful, promotions has been helpful. I've pretty much ordered most of the things that we need for upcoming events.
Say that again, please.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear you say that again.
That's it. We pretty much ordered all the signage and flyers, everything that we need for upcoming events.
Oh,
I guess the biggest thing that we're trying to work on is getting more people to help with these cleanups. We get a lot of complaints about trash and a lot of just random things in the park and on the roads. But we had about 4 residents show up for the cleanup this past Saturday. So it's a little bit frustrating for the committees to do what we do, which is promote for these things, and people still kind of just don't show up. So I think that's the biggest thing we've been talking about is just getting residents more involved in the events and really the cleanups.
Yeah. Could I jump in there?
Sure.
The feedback, what little I got when I posted something about this recently, was that people say, oh, I didn't know about the event. And it turns out they're not on the weekly city emails. So I think if we could, I looked on our website and I did find where to sign up for it, but it's not real easy. So
No, it's
I would
not.
look for something on the homepage that would say sign up for weekly emails, and maybe in the email itself at the bottom, in the unsubscribe kind of area, just
So for the people who
share
aren't-
with your friends or have their friends sign up give an address where people can pass it on to
Yeah.
to their neighbors who might not.
I do know that our Jacqueline down at the front counter, any new resident comes in, she does ask them if they have their an email address. She has been signing
Oh, that's
them
great.
up for the e-newsletter
Yeah.
And that's
herself.
tough to get
Yeah.
everyone's email address also, and to make sure, I mean, everyone's not on social media. So that's why we
Right.
try to post signs. That's why we try to put banners out so that people can see it. So, I mean, to your point, we could make it more visible for people to sign up for the e-news. It's just tough to get every single resident's email address, so that's why we try to post flyers downstairs on the window and on the door so that people can see it as well.
Is that something that maybe promotions could tackle, maybe creating a communication plan?
Absolutely.
Instead of even
Yeah.
sending the entire newsletter, right?
Yeah.
Just because you got it doesn't mean you're going to open it, doesn't mean you're going to scroll through it. So an e-blast per event,
Yeah.
like, hey, it's cleanup time, just that messaging alone. But to kind of create an overarching plan, definitely, how could we create a program that specifically drives email addresses?
Great.
Definitely could work.
And
on
so
that.
who does that fall under? Promotion, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Spoken like people that aren't in the promotion committee.
Yeah, exactly. See, I love this. I love this. What else can you stick on them, right? But maybe we need to come alongside you then and go, wait a second, we need to
Just a more
articulate
direct,
something.
a more direct approach, and it's really just having more bodies to help with that. Once again, it's just the committees, just Susie and I, and we all have a ton on our plate. So,
For sure.
it's bigger than that. It's a matter of getting this in people's faces, especially our older residents who aren't online, who don't open up an e-newsletter. They still want to volunteer once you have these conversations with them. So we just got to figure out how to put it in their faces. Yeah.
Is there a, and again, we can drive this to the committee, but is there an opportunity to have a visual reminder in the neighborhood somehow? Like
Sure.
A-frame signs
Yeah.
that we can bolt to I know this is but main intersections where we can bolt say, hey, clean up this Saturday. Kind of like subs do, big subs do when
Yeah,
they
they
have
do for their
association meetings
homeowners
or-
We do
association
have our
meetings.
sign. We do have our cleanup signs now. I don't remember.
Our yard signs?
Yeah, our big yard
Yeah.
signs. We did have those, and I think we got those last year, and we put those out. Probably need to be better about getting them out.
So
We need bigger signs.
bigger
sooner.
signs
I
or
think
something
that's what it
that
is.
somebody's going to notice when they pull up to a stop sign or something. Go, what is that?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, all right.
Right.
Yeah.
Free pop this Saturday. Bring the kids
Right,
out,
right,
bring
right.
We
community
need
hours
bigger
out,
yard
you know.
signs.
Right.
Yeah.
But
But
some-
we have an opportunity to kind of redeem ourselves. So the Adopt a Road cleanup is in July, and we intend to promote a little bit heavier for that. July 15th through the 23rd, I believe, is the week that they have scheduled. And obviously the road that we've adopted is Southfield Road, so we'll be back out there again doing the cleanup because we need a follow up. There's so much trash, especially like near the freeway. Like we did as
Yeah.
much as we could by the freeway, but we just didn't have enough bodies to finish the project. It's not a one-day thing.
I picked up a dead squirrel.
Are you serious?
Really?
It was in one of the businesses. Well, but it was definitely a blight on the right of way.
Flat squirrels. All
Was
right.
it a flat Stanley
Yeah.
situation? Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Was it like I'm gonna get this piece of cardboard.
Yeah, kind of.
Got it. All right.
It's kind of.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it on as far as promotions. Well, I guess I should mention that the ribbon cutting for the Style Guru is today at 3 p.m. and that'll be in the newsletter, so you'll see the photos from that if you guys can make it. Obviously, that would be awesome. I will be there to represent. It is Friday, so I don't expect too many of us. Some of us may be going out of town, stuff like that, but I'll be there. Style Guru is awesome. She's awesome. Gabby is ready to go. So
Do we have, I don't think we do, places in, specific places throughout the neighborhoods, or can we do this, where anything that we have or that we're promoting, if it's the summer concerts, you know, we put up signs everywhere for the summer concerts, but if there's certain places where people know this is where you look for.
like a destination station, like one place that you
Yes,
know.
just kind of, you know, throughout the
That would
neighborhoods.
be awesome.
I mean, can we do that? Is that on us?
That is, I'd say, like, city stuff, right? Like, because our stuff is pretty,
Yeah.
well, I mean, our stuff is contained to, like, a corridor.
Yeah.
And we can plant our yard signs, you know, anywhere in the right of way that we want.
Oh,
But, like, is there, like a centralized location for?
I mean, that would be a monument. That
I'm
would
like
be
multiple,
like a
where it's
sign.
easy, like when you talk about the people who aren't on social media and that sort, I mean, but they drive by this or walk by the same places all the time.
Right.
And so if they knew there was one place, and so,
We have
and
a
everything
digital
that we
sign,
do,
that would be awesome.
you know, if it's DDA stuff, if it's.
Right.
like a
concerts,
library,
it's
the
whatever.
kids rent those, or you get,
Oh,
have a
the
book,
little
buy, take a
libraries.
book, you know, those
Yeah.
little houses and things.
Okay, thanks for that one. a little
Yeah,
bit
because we need
more.
4 of them for the 4
Okay.
neighborhoods.
Mhm.
Right, like a-
I have an
yeah,
idea.
right.
Call on me.
Yes,
Join the
Abby.
promotions now.
Right?
Come on.
Okay, because I just thought of this for the promotion committee.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if you have cleanup day, it all hinges on live or die cleanup day. 4
Yeah.
people showed up,
Right.
right? Okay, so in sales, for instance, if you want to sell Pam something and I give Pam one choice, I'm going to be stuck with a yes or a no. But if I give Pam 2 choices, either way you go, I win. Because human nature is you're going to go, well, I don't want that one, I'll take that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean it's,
I mean, right there, yeah, yes or no, yeah.
Okay, see, I just, okay.
It's all coming back right
It's
now.
all
She's
coming
gonna
back to
close
me.
right now.
Right, so either way you go, I landed a sale. Because I gave her 2 choices, and human nature is you're gonna go, I don't want that one, so I'll choose this one. So you say yes, so I just got a sale, right? So instead of having just one cleanup day, and you want the residents involved, which kind of gets outside of the DDA spectrum, so to speak, we're business centric, right? Because we're the corridor. What if we had cleanup week?
We could do that.
And we said, hey, it's cleanup month in blah 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 land, and we're gonna focus on the corridor the week of whatever, June 10th, let's say. And we ask, because this is how I do mine, and I did the Ambassador Institute. We were on a ladder with Dawn dish soap, cleaning the side of the building. It was that bad. Okay, so we go out and do our windows and any trash I see, I pick it up daily. But specifically because I know it's the cleanup on Saturday, so I tend to do it on Thursday, right? Well, so I've taken care of my end. I do what I can see, right? I do the whole strip mall. Well, it's not a strip mall, but the plaza, whatever you call these things, right? So instead of just focusing on the one day, if we open it up to a week and we say, as a business, let's see you get out there in front of your business. You've got 5 days, basically. Which day is a good day for you? You don't need a 2-way conversation about it. It's just that in their heads, they're going to go, oh, yeah, we'll do that on Wednesday,
yeah.
right?
The only thing with that, Bobby, is, I mean, that is a great idea, and I think that I will do something like that. We could do something like that. The issue with that is I'm learning that we need to be realistic. People need to be reminded far too often, and that is frustrating for everyone as adults to have to remind other
for sure.
adults about dates, which is why we put up signs, we promote as often as we can. It's just really hard when somebody's like, oh, I forgot. Was that this weekend?
Yeah.
Like, even people that you work with sometimes, they're like, oh, is that event this Saturday? Like,
Really?
so we
Wow.
you run into that a lot because people have families, people have other things
Sure.
going on. So I think that our battle is a little bit greater than whether we decide to do it for a day or for a week or for the month. It's just, how do we keep reminding people when we have so much going on, more than what we've already done as far as reminders. It's really just, it's bigger than what I can explain. In
So
this
the
meeting.
promotion committee clearly has their work cut out for them.
Yeah, we need more bodies, more volunteers. So, but yeah, all this is good
Yeah.
ideas. So, thank you, Bobby.
Yep.
That's it for me.
Okay.
What are we up to here? The director's report?
Yep, director's report. So, you know, a lot of good stuff on here. Got some events coming up. Juneteenth is tomorrow. I have on here, it's really, what, 10 to 4, 10 to 3? 11 to 4.
Yep.
I guess I can't, speaking of people that don't know their own dates and times. So Juneteenth is tomorrow. I know Britt and the Juneteenth committee have been working really hard to, you know, organize a really stellar event. So I hope you all can make it. We are going to be doing another business workshop with Oak Park and Southfield and Southfield Chamber into it, right, since they are a chamber of record for August 24th. I think that's actually going to be a lunchtime event, and so we're working on the marketing and registration information for that now, and then we're actually going to be having, we'll have a save the date, but we're going to do a business networking in November. Like the focus of this workshop is like, are you e-commerce ready, and like making sure that people are already thinking about the holidays and like, what do you need to do to get yourself set up to take advantage of holiday time for whatever your sector is. So these seem to be going really well. You know, we're getting a good turnout, and we're gonna keep at it with Southfield and Oak Park. It's working out well.
Yep,
So
it's cool.
and then we've got our our summer end of the summer festival and concert, and I know we've got plenty of other kind of smaller events that we've been thinking about. Lots of new commercial business. As Brittany was saying, we've got the Style Guru doing the ribbon cutting this afternoon. Event House is going to be going in next to FedEx. They've got all their planning commission and city council approval, so they're just going to be working on their build out. I think they're looking to open closer towards September. We all see that Panera's gone, or no,
Yeah.
the bank is gone.
Yeah.
And so I imagine they're going to start, I've got a whole bunch of emails from them. I imagine construction's going to start pretty quickly, and with the intent of having everything at least roughed in so they can do the interior stuff when the weather hits. These guys next door are going to be doing site plan review for they want to totally upgrade their facade.
I saw the picture in the front.
Yeah, they got, I wouldn't necessarily go with both. They got on the picture. There's some questions.
Well, I was doing 30. It just
Right,
looked different.
right.
So.
It does look different. It
Yeah.
looks more
Okay.
along the lines of what the plaza where Happy is and where where Style Guru is. It looks more like that plaza right next to it.
Okay. Well, that's good looking.
So it'll
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
good looking thing. They've got a few hurdles they still have to jump through, but we're getting there. All in all, I think it's really positive that we're getting we're getting more business interest.
Extremely. Yeah.
All of our infrastructure stuff is going really well. We did our 2 alleys, and I think we did 6 approaches. So those are, they came out really well. And I think we're just about done with our sidewalks. So happy with those.
Okay.
Kind of neat potatoes there.
So what do we have? Some new business? Or no, we have other business.
And
Or
the
is-
other business is, so also you have is your code enforcement report for the month of May. You can see Bill was super duper busy, and just really making good connections. He did. I know I had on my notes that I was supposed to send you the code enforcement letter. I'll send you a copy of that. I meant to send it last night, but I didn't finish the packet until pretty late. So he gave them all until the beginning of June to make some improvements, and I know he was following up. Speaking of Bill, though, however, Bill is no longer our code enforcement officer.
Oh.
I'm very sad to say is he took a position in another community as their DPW supervisor, and so his last day was actually yesterday. So super disappointing for like a bajillion reasons. But, you know, we'll be back on the hunt for a code enforcement officer that will hopefully be able to fill his shoes, right? So, he made a good impact and had some good, made some good connections while he was here, but there is that.
Any questions for Susie about all of that? Any of that?
No.
All right.
Are we moving on to here is
Wow,
old
it's tough
business.
to keep a code enforcement officer. Huh?
Hmm?
Tough to keep a code enforcement officer.
Yeah, it's not an easy job,
Yeah.
right? Not an easy job. Old business, we have none, so, I will
Okay, move on to new business.
skip on to new business. So, we've been talking about this, I don't know if I've actually ever called it by its actual grant name, but it's the RAP 2.0 Revitalization and Placemaking Grant. This is a state grant, and this is what I've been talking about when I say, oh, I want to get a grant to do the play structure and redo the parking lot, and so that's this grant. There are 3 categories in which communities can apply. You can apply individually, you can apply as part of like a regional kind of consortium, or you can apply for housing projects, and right, well, that's not us. So, Oakland County, Main Street Oakland County is applying as part of their regional project. There are 12 communities, including like their village, that are participating in their application. And by participating in their application, we can take advantage of their matching funds. So, you know, really when you distill it down, we gotta come up with 25% of the total project match, and then they match that 25 and that whole amount.
Is that 809 number?
Yes, we would need to come up with a, you know, quarter of that, so,
So 200 grand.
yeah. So
But, question, can you clarify something?
yes,
Are we still in a position to apply individually? Or are we now only part of the Oakland County?
we could apply individually. I think that, I think we're better off applying under their umbrella. I think we're gonna have a more competitive application, honestly, if we can kind of lean on some of the other things that the other Main Street communities are doing, right? I think that also knowing that the 809 number that's in here, that is quite a bit more than I had anticipated. If we had to come up with the whole match, you know, 50% of that'd be a tough ask, and I think, and we would not have access to those county matching dollars either.
True,
Right, so
okay,
I think
okay.
it is, I did kind of weigh this out, and they're doing quite a bit of legwork, in terms of writing the grant proposals and getting a lot of information in there. So I think it's in our best interest to just,
So play
State.
structure, parking lots, and flower beds,
yes,
rain landscape.
yeah,
809, 058.
yes,
We would need to commit to 25% of that, but 75, and then crowdfunding the rest. Is the kind of the plan, or?
kind of the plan. So I know, and the 75 that I have in this resolution is, all right, so we've been talking about, you know, is it a $50,000 match for the play structure? Do we need to increase it? I think that, especially now knowing what our numbers were for revenue this year, I think that it would be, you know, it'd behoove us to increase our matching amount to 75,000. I have had conversations with both Sue and Pam about, you know, the city has some of their own ARPA funds still available, and ARPA funds are, they're an eligible matching fund for this grant. So we've talked about, having the city allocate $100,000 towards the match, so that we end up with, you know, 175 right there with the city DDA, and then still pursuing that crowdfunding element to, one, get the remainder of the match and maybe offset some of the rest of the money, right, that we may need. We do not, as part of the application, we do not necessarily need to have cash in hand, right? We don't need to have, like, my grand plan is to have this crowdfunding. I'd love to have it up and running for tomorrow, right? To have people that are attending the Juneteenth say, you know, hey, yeah, I want to do this, but I mean, that's probably a really tall ask for me today, but you know, at least have that crowdfunding platform up and available and advertised at all of our upcoming events, whether it's DDA events, or maybe it's the concerts, or just, you know, keep putting it in the e-news, like, and just promote, to see about, you know, see what we can do to make that happen. So,
Have we tried crowdfunding before?
we did crowdfunding before for our Love and Lathrop Village mini
Okay.
grants, right? And we met our goal, right? We met our goal thanks to Michigan First. I mean, I think they.
Yeah, but it
they-
wasn't this scale.
No, it was not to this scale. I still think this is a big ask, but clearly I remain undeterred on that. And in the conversations that we've had with the county in terms of like their match, you know, it's been very like, well, some people may need more matching from funds from the county. That, you know, one community may need 50,000. And another community may need 100,000. You know, are we all cool with being like, finding a way to make it work for everybody? And yes, you know, we're all in it as a team, and so we're taking that kind of, you know, we're all in it together kind of approach. So,
So if the crowdfunding falls short, then what?
if the crowdfunding falls short, I think we'll lean more on the county match, and I mean the RAP funds. You know, there's wiggle room within the RAP funds themselves too, within the actual grant funds that we're pursuing, right?
What does that mean? Can you take the lid off of that statement? What does that mean?
They've said we have to have the match, right?
Okay.
So the match, you know, try and get at least 50%. If not, you know, it'll be okay. Is kind of what they've been telling us is through the
Work as hard as you can.
Yeah,
Do what you can.
Is
Okay.
what it's kind of the messaging that's going out there with the FAQs and as we're talking to the to them. So,
The grant, to Bobby's point, if we propose separately, will we still competing for the same pot, or essentially competing against ourselves for that?
Yeah.
Right, for with the
yeah,
group
and
with the
if
other, right?
if we were to apply individually and as part of the county, if the county gets awarded,
Right.
like say we both get awarded, say we get our individual grant and then the county gets their grant, we do not get to double dip.
Right.
We
That's
only
it.
we only get one,
That's
right?
it.
Yeah.
So, but if we apply and the county the county does get funded, but we don't under our individual project, I mean, we can still benefit under the
So
county.
we're as best positioned as we could be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that really,
Okay.
given the amount of work that needs to happen, it's a good plan. So
When do we hear back on it?
they have said so that the grants are due by I have to get information to the county by the 23rd, and then I think the timeline for awards is the beginning of September-ish. So it's a pretty quick turnaround.
I don't completely understand the grant process and what you have to commit to and what you don't, but if I'm looking at this, if we were to agree as a DDA to donate or to fund 100,000 of it, and the city matches us for 100, and the county matches us for the other part, and we get the grant,
Yeah.
We're getting new parking lots, a brand new play structure, and brand new landscaping for $100,000 DDA investment.
That's one way to look
Yeah.
at it. That's a
one
that's
way
a
to
buy
look at
if I
it.
ever heard one.
That's a
would run
no-brainer.
to that. I would run to that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I just threw out 75, right? Like you guys can
We just
make
talked
it-
about an additional 125,000 revenue
Yeah.
that we didn't even know we were going to have.
Well, exactly.
right. So I mean,
I mean,
if you
and
guys
this
want to
isn't-
change
this
that,
isn't-
you can change it.
To me, and again, just my opinion, this isn't, we aren't here to collect money.
No.
We're here to
We're here
allocate
to
it.
allocate and improve the down development authority. And
Right.
If we have an offer and
1000%.
an opportunity to do that for $100,000, I don't know why you wouldn't.
We'd run to it. Running.
I wouldn't let
running,
$25,000 get in the way of doing
running.
that, so
Right.
that's my opinion.
So.
Yeah, for 1000%.
With things like this, it's impossible to measure return on the dollar.
You never
you
will.
just-
Yeah,
yeah,
you never
you
will.
just
Other
have to-
than you can point to
you
it.
just have to
and go,
hope
look
that
what we did.
kids
Yeah.
and their
Well, just the
families
cost of the parking lot alone.
play
If we
there.
took that on as a DDA, I mean, we're doomed with the parking lot alone.
Every time I pull in here, I think
I mean,
about
it's-
that as
you
I'm
know,
trying to
that's
figure out where the
like-
lines
that's
are. I'm like, okay.
Astronomical money.
Well, and the play structure. I mean, the play structure came in significantly higher.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I did ask. I'm like, I want some bells and whistles, but this is, you know, it was moderately accessible when it was installed 20 years ago. I mean, what the proposal that we have now will actually enlarge the footprint just a little bit, and it is fully accessible. There's not, you know, I mean, and there's not that many
Yeah, done right.
playgrounds
That's
that actually are fully
good point.
accessible.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that
that's
is
a 20-year
draw.
investment done right,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Which
so.
which way are we expanding it?
It's like the whole thing just kind of like has to pop out just a little
Okay.
bit just
Yeah.
to accommodate the, you know, I mean, there's rubberized surfaces that are going through.
Right, right.
There's the fancy, you know, so I mean, so someone in a wheelchair could navigate to every single element within that play structure, right? So there's just a little bit, like the whole thing's just popping out just a little bit. All right. So one of the elements for the grant that we need to submit is this resolution of support, and then I will be asking City Council on the 26th to also, you know, for their resolution for this as well.
Okay.
So,
So you, I guess we need a motion.
Yeah,
I'm
Jason.
in
Do we wanna
favor of
amend?
increasing it to $100,000. I
You
don't
wanna
know.
amend it?
Yeah, I totally agree with Dan.
Yeah.
1000%.
I mean, my
40%.
thing is, I agree too, but I like the idea of community engagement and community investment in there more, you know, with the crowdfunding. It seems like people are, you know, could be more attached. I mean, there's some benefit to that outside.
Yeah.
of
To
the
get buy-in and
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, you
Yeah,
just get,
yeah,
you know,
excitement
they
for
feel
what-
more a part of it kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
for
I mean, I think
sure.
we commit the money, but we do it either way.
Right.
But with
you
the
know, if there's a way
crowdfunding, doesn't it work that if you don't hit your goal, isn't that the whole
It-
gist of it? Like,
it
then you're
depends.
doomed?
Yeah, you can do it a couple of different
Yeah.
ways.
Oh,
You
you
can do the
can.
matching grant where whatever anybody turns in, you either match to the amount or you
Okay.
don't get anything, or you can do it without the matching part and try to raise the amount and you keep whatever is given.
yeah, I mean, so it really just depends on how we set it up. I mean,
Oh, so there's some flexibility, because
Yeah.
I always thought it was like, you ask for 10, you don't get to, you get 9.5, you're doomed.
and it depends on the platform, right? Like
Okay.
we did before for the
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
what was the
mini
name of
grants, we did patronicity.
Patronicity.
And that's the one that we would do again, right?
Yeah, it was
and-
patronicity.
And so we can set that up.
Does the award criteria weigh, you know, community support rather than people just, you know, us paying for it? Do they say, oh, wait, we got, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
all these small dollar investments? Do they
So-
weigh that?
Yeah, and the other
That's a
part
great
of what I'm
question.
going to be
Yeah.
doing, so we've got obviously this letter, a resolution of support. We'll have one for city council, and then I've got a letter that I would like to actually draft or finish drafting for that I will have for tomorrow, and it's a letter of support that residents can sign, right? Kind of petition style, and you know, include that as part of. Like, hey, we do have community buy-in. This is how we're getting community buy-in.
Could you go through the
Um,
homeowners association to get that off the ground?
I could probably send that to them too.
So can we do up to 100? Is that the way you write it then?
I mean, I think I would put a specific,
If there is
I would,
some
I think I would say, I don't know if I'd say the up to, unless you, I guess you
Well,
could,
What,
but,
guess
what
you
I
don't
hear
have to.
out of the group here is that you're behind this no matter what.
Correct.
Yes.
You know, in my suggestion would be that you put the 75,000 out there, knowing if you don't hit your mark, the DDA will cover the rest of that through the matching patronicity, the crowdfunding.
right, you
DDA
could always,
can
you
do
could
that.
always increase it
You know,
later.
but then that
Okay,
gives
all
Oh,
right.
through
that
an
gives the-
amendment.
All right.
Right.
Yes, that
Okay,
gives
do
the
it, they do
community.
work it backwards.
And I
Okay,
don't
we're just
even
trying to
know-
be upfront about it, I guess.
Right, I don't even know that you need to amend that, it's just that you realize that, and you can reflect it in your minutes, that you will commit 75,000 to this, and then whatever amount crowdfunding does not cover, hopefully you exceed that, that would be a
Right.
great thing. But if you're short, then DDA will cover that additional.
And we would do that now? How would we not do that through an amendment? Like, I don't
We
get
could-
that.
Did we ever confirm that the 75,000 would be the number, or was that just
Wait, what number?
like
No,
the
that-
difference that we're discussing for the 70,000? Like what's
75,000 is just a number that I pulled out.
Right.
We've said 50 for the match at the playground.
right? That's why I asked. So
I
it doesn't
mean-
need to be amended if you just.
We could say, well, in the event, like, all right, optimistically, we're gonna get the award,
Yes.
right? So, at the time of, I think at the time of signing, right, like, I mean, there'll be a grant agreement that would have to be signed.
Okay.
I think at the time of signing, we'll know where we're
For sure.
at in terms of matching funds, not matching funds. We
Right.
can always adjust when we get to the grant agreement portion. Or, like I said, or.
But that has to go in though. I mean, I guess in my mind, I'm thinking that the criteria, the grading, or judging criteria of the grant considers community involvement. And
Yeah,
if
I'm
the,
assuming
if the
it does,
application is due coming up, right?
Yeah.
So we'd already have to have that. So that kind of at least takes out one of my points for the, the
It's kind of a good
crowdfunding.
question. Do we get graded on that?
I
Like,
mean,
if you have
I
a
guess-
community involvement piece, do they like that?
Oh, absolutely, they're gonna like the community involvement piece. I mean,
Okay,
without,
so we
without
would be
a
taking that
doubt,
away,
right?
yeah.
I mean, this is,
Right, I
it's
see.
a placemaking grant, right? Like, people are places, right? Places can't be places can't be
We need the
places
people.
without people, right?
Right.
So, you know, but at the same time, yeah, as they're going through and scoring, I mean, would it look better if the DDA said, yeah, right off the bat in the resolution, we're in $100,000, and then everything else is gravy? Absolutely, that'd probably look better. So,
But either way you go, whether you do it now or you do it later, you're at the same end point. So
Right.
if it makes us look better, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
whatever we
rubber
could do
stamps
when
us.
they
If
grade
if the
it.
community,
Yeah.
though, if they weight it that way, but you're saying no, they're going to go good. They're all in. Yeah, we're all in.
Are they asking you to submit any type of audio or video footage of or? Okay.
Of the dilapidated state.
no,
Or
I mean,
just
there's,
people-
I mean,
or, you know,
there's.
Yeah, like
Sometimes
the
they
need,
ask
the
people in the
need
parking lot.
part of it
You know,
is
you're
a big
recording the
deal.
residents
Yeah.
asking
We
for the
really
dark
need it.
or something like
Right,
that.
right.
If you
know.
were doing the placemaking grant as part of this process, that is where you would get the input from your citizens and doing a video presentation of
Right,
that,
that's what
putting
I was-
that whole
okay.
thing together.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but
interesting.
they don't
They don't
want
require
that.
that?
They don't
They don't
want
want
audio.
that. Oh, they don't
wanna read
want
through all
video.
that too
They-
much.
I mean,
Gotcha.
there'll be, trust me, there's pictures, there's a whole lot more that there's a lot that I gotta put together. All right?
Yeah.
Images included, but yeah, there's no video or anything like that. It's all paper and
And these are federal funds?
these are federal funds.
Interesting.
All right, folks, let's
All right.
make a
Well,
decision.
do we beat that dead horse?
What number
think
do
so.
we want, and who wants to make a motion for it?
So there's no amendment.
Dan wants to.
All right.
Are we going to 100 grand?
Yeah, we're going
I
ahead. We're going
I
ahead.
mean,
Yeah.
that's
All
what
right,
I'm
so
saying for
I
guys.
would make a motion to approve the, what's the name of this thing? I just lost it.
Mm.
The resolution of support for Oakland County.
The resolution of support for Oakland County RAP 2.0 grant in the amount of $100,000 in support of improving, rebuilding our play structure, our landscaping, and for God, give us a parking lot.
Amen and amen.
I'll consider that a
Amen
second.
and second?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
of
what that
course.
was, okay. Excellent.
All right, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
aye, aye, aye.
All right. Excellent. I will, so don't go anywhere, Fred, because I'm gonna make that change and I'll
Your
have you
name's
sign
on it, you
it,
gotta sign
as
Alright.
the chair, so, all
Alright.
right,
Okay.
wonderful.
Public comment?
Yeah, do you have
Public
any public
comment?
comment? Doesn't,
Anyone?
No
Wait,
public.
there's, it's not technically public, but it's, I mean, it's not public comment, but it's comment. Sue, you wanna comment?
Oh, today's my last DDA meeting.
Yeah.
I turned in my 30-day notice a week ago, something like that. So my last day will be July 7th here.
Oh.
Thank you guys, you've been great to work with.
You as well.
I really appreciate it, and
You said what's going on?
Maybe not a conversation for the
Well,
better.
best of luck in your
Who's
future
adjourning?
Thank you very much.
and much happiness.
I wasn't really
Thank
expecting
you.
an
Yeah.
answer.
It's a
Oh.
tough decision.
More of a comment.
Oh, man.
It was a public comment.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, for
Thank you
sure.
very
Best of
much.
luck.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it's been great.
Thanks,
We'll
Sue.
miss your dog as well.
Yeah, I will bring him back next week, I believe. Everybody's been asking, do we get to see him at least one more time?
All right, and motion to adjourn, anyone?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Call
Call on me, call on me.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
And we're back
Do
here
we have to
when?
approve that? All
Oh,
in
yeah,
favor?
we are back here at June 29th
29th.
at 2 p.m.
But it fast.
And then
Oh, I guess
it'll
it's
be
not my
5
last
minutes.
meeting then, is it? I'll
No,
see you on
this-
June 29th.
Oh,
One
yeah.
meeting.
We'll
that
we'll bring
one
you
will
a
be
gift,
the
right?
last one. That one, I
No, we
brought-
gotta haul
They said-
like 5 minutes, 10
And
minutes.
I will adjust the budget so that it reflects the
All that stuff in
100,000
there, yeah.
match, so that'll be the only change. The special meeting will be, cause I was wrong, I thought we were gonna be able to do a public hearing and approve it today and then forward it on to council, and I got my process steps mixed up, and it's gotta go to council first, then us. So.
Hence the 29th.
Right.
Right.
The only things I'm planning to put on this agenda are the budget amendments for our June budget amendments, for 22-23, and then the budget for 23-24. That's it. So we should be able to blast through that.
So do you still have to have like old business, new business, public comment? Do you still have to have a
Yes,
form?
I
Yeah.
still have to have this
Same
whole
format.
But you
The
don't have to
formal
do
agenda,
format,
that.
but we'll just-
it
yeah.
doesn't, but we can still blast through it.